What's going on YouTube? This is Ben with BK Speed Shop. We are back out here again working on the turbo project, the LS Swap Wrangler. So a couple of you saw last time we pulled one cylinder head so that we could get that bolt out and figure out which route we were going to be going. But we have some surprises in store, so we definitely are going to be having some fun. Today I am going to be disassembling a lot more, so I'll flip you guys around and talk a little bit more about where we're going to be going today and get started on having some fun, show you guys it getting all torn apart. So a lot of you saw last time that we pulled this cylinder head off because we had a bolt stuck in it. We got it sitting over on the table right now, but it's just in a decent set of 862s, the one I have. So I decided I'm pulling this side off. Talked to a few buddies up in Michigan. I've got a set of 799s that are ported coming my way, so pretty penny in shipping, getting them shipped down here, but got a good deal on the set of heads, so definitely worth it. So today we are going to be working on pulling this head off, getting all this out of the way, obviously. As you guys saw last video, we actually have been cleaning the frame up and everything, so I'm going to clean the other side. I'll get that fender, the inner and everything pulled off there so that I've got a lot more room. Pull that head off, which shouldn't be too bad. Definitely have more room over there compared to this side with the brake booster and everything. But then I got some, I'm not going to get new valve covers right now. I figured I'll just run the stock ones for at least right now. But got some nice wrinkle coat paint, so I'm going to clean my stock ones up, get all the rubber molding and everything out, get all the bolts out, clean it spotless, sand it down, and wrinkle coat it and bake it in the oven so that we can get some nice clean wrinkle valve covers. So got that in store, gonna be doing that as well as stripping the rest of this down. I think I might just pull the radiator out, considering it's obviously drained of coolant since the head's off, but we'll figure that out as we go. I'll flip you guys around, or I guess I will set up some new equipment that I got so you guys can actually see some stuff in progress and get going on working on the Jeep. So stay tuned. So we have the exhaust off now, out of the way. Valve cover on this side off. We can see, obviously, all the rockers look to be in pretty good shape. They will actually be getting reused on the 799s that are coming in the mail. The 799s have new springs, but not rockers, so I'll be reusing these ones. But they're all in pretty good condition. Head actually, it does look good, so I'll keep it and use it on another project, but for now, that'll be coming off and out of the way. I've got this valve cover off the driver's side, which I cleaned up already, made that one look pretty good. That one can get painted up here shortly. I will be cleaning this side, painting them both at the same time. But this set of rockers also does look pretty dang good, so those will be going back in as well. As you saw, turbo's now out of the way, so making some progress. Gonna zip these rockers off here shortly. and probably get the head pulled up out of the way. I'll get all these head bolts out of here so that they can sit off to the side. I might reuse the bolts for something else in the future if I need some bolts for another project. But I got some ARPs on the way, so that'll work for the heads. So some new ARPs will be here, I believe, on Tuesday this week. So definitely going to be going together nicely here. Won't be having to buy head bolts every time this comes apart in a high horsepower application. So definitely looking forward to where this project has been going. But obviously you guys can all see the block is getting torn down pretty far. The engine bay is pretty empty if you saw it at the beginning of where we started versus where we are now. But we'll have some new heads going on hopefully this week once those show up safe and sound with those Cometic head gaskets and ARPs. Then the exhaust is going on. I have the welder over there in the corner, so I'll be working on the exhaust once I have this all back together. But we're definitely moving in the right direction. Obviously, as you guys saw, it was a little difficult to get this front exhaust bolt out with how my exhaust is set up. So we're going to make something work. I'll probably have to make a custom tool here, a custom wrench that I cut a socket off of and weld a wrench onto so that it's easy to get on there. But we'll figure that out here soon. For now, obviously we're disassembling, so it's less important. Assembling is where it's crucial for no exhaust leaks. So we'll get to that soon here. But I'm gonna get back to work, keep pulling the head, and check in again shortly. Obviously, as you saw with some of this new equipment I have, I can at least show you guys a little bit of what I'm working on, so that'll be nice. So you guys can follow along a little more than you have been already. All right, well, obviously you saw there we're pulling some head bolts out. Struggling a little bit with the 3/8 ratchet, so I'm gonna move up to a 1/2 inch, just make it easier on myself. I use the right tool for the job is all I have to say. It makes everything a lot easier. You'll make your life easier, so just do it. I'm gonna flip you guys back around, show you guys where I'm at again, and keep pulling the head using the right tools now this time. All right, so we, as you saw, just got the head off. Time to clean up all of this. Obviously spray down everything that got soaked in coolant, clean that all up. I'm gonna have to do an oil change later because obviously that oil is now mixed with coolant with all the passages getting filled with coolant, but that's no big deal. We're not worried about that. My buddy John and Rich and all of them, they all like to say it's no big deal, so no big deal. Got the heads on the way from them, actually, from their shop. So definitely appreciate them and all they've done to help me get where I'm at. Gonna keep pulling this down, cleaning this all up, clean the frame up, get that going. So it's looking pretty good so far. Obviously, as you can see, the block all looks pretty good. There's no like crazy hot spots or anywhere where the head gasket's been blown out, because I did actually get some really nice head gaskets from my buddy John. So those definitely worked well. Gonna clean this up, clean up my knock sensors and everything while I'm this far down. And actually, in store soon, I'll probably just be pulling the injectors out of this fuel rail and decapping them so that I can get some more fuel for my turbos. But that is coming up soon. So if you have any better suggestions for injectors or what you would do for cheap fuel for power, because I've already got a Walbro back here. But if you have anything that you recommend for injectors, definitely let me know down below. I would really appreciate any feedback. Decapping and sending them out for flow testing right now seems to be the best option for cheap. But obviously, since I already spent the money on the ported heads, I don't want to have injectors be the reason that I blow a motor up or destroy some nice heads. So definitely let me know. I'm going to continue working on cleaning this all up. Eventually start cleaning the frame up. Get that other valve cover all cleaned up so I can paint it with some wrinkle coat paint. Clean this side and tape this side up. Paint the frame. Clean and paint the steering column. While I'm here, I might as well. It's pretty nasty, and since I'm planning to bring this to LS Fest at some point this year, hopefully to Texas LS Fest in May, but definitely to LS Fest East in Kentucky, where I'm going to be meeting my buddies at. But that's in September, so I've got a lot of time for that. But going to get to work and keep you guys updated, show you guys where I'm at, keep working and follow back up. So as you guys just saw, we cleaned up the mating surface a lot, cleaned the valley cover, so that way we can keep some debris out of there. Gonna use some sealant, probably just a tiny little bead around here, just to try and keep some debris out of there. It is pretty dirty down there already. Eventually I'll just put some new knock sensors in, or find a way to relocate them, because I know obviously everyone does that. But we got everything cleaned up pretty well right now. Gonna keep working to clean the frame. I think I'm gonna actually do the valve covers first, so that way they can dry, or so that way they can sit and air dry before I paint them. So that way I can make sure there's no degreaser or paint or anything left on them. But we're moving in the right direction. I like what I see. I hope you guys all like what you see, and we're gonna keep working. All right, so I got the wiring for my front clip draped up out of the way, so it's hanging over my Jeep right now. So I got the front clip sitting over there. That way I've got a little bit more room to work. I can finish sanding and cleaning this front half of my frame. I'm gonna get all of this painted up, so I'm gonna start a little clip here, show you guys all that, get going on that, probably clean this side and that side, and then paint all of it at once. Maybe when that's drying, then I clean that and paint a layer of wrinkle coat. But for the wrinkle coat paint for these valve covers, it has to go in the oven. So we're gonna bring those inside, put those in the oven. Hope we don't get yelled at by the missus, so we'll see how that goes, but it should be all right. Not too worried. Obviously, they're going to be cleaned up before they go inside, so they shouldn't smell too bad, but going to keep cleaning this and painting out here and show you guys that in a second. All right, so as you guys just saw, I did a bunch of cleaning. Frame's pretty cleaned up on both sides, up front as well. Gonna clean all this stuff out in here a little bit more. But then I'm gonna get to painting. Get this all painted up. Get it nice and clean so that way we can keep it in good condition. Obviously, we want it to look good. I mean, yes, it's rusty, but that doesn't mean we want it to look bad forever. So we're gonna keep working here, get to painting, and check in again in a few minutes. So as you just saw, we cleaned and painted the frame up, letting it dry right now. It'll take a little bit, but I'll let it dry and get another coat on there most likely. So it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously it's a little bubbled right now because it's still wet. We'll clean it and paint a second coat, make it all look really nice. But it's looking good. It's looking like a new frame again. Obviously, while we're stripped this far down, we're going to do some work to make everything look nice. So it looks pretty good. I like what I see so far. Once this dries, we'll get another coat on there, but shouldn't take too long to dry. It's not too cold out today. So we're going to keep moving. Keep working on this. As that's drying on there, I'm going to clean the valve covers up, get those ready to go on, or at least to get painted and go in the oven, let that cure. So we'll get back to it, but I wanted to check in, show you guys how it's looking as it is curing. Probably going to take 20-ish minutes to cure, at least until I can put a second coat on, and then I'll leave it overnight, or at least for a few hours so that it can get really cured. But it's looking good. The Jeep is definitely making progress. All right, as I'm sure you guys just saw, I got the valve covers cleaned up, got them taped off decently, at least enough so that I can hit them with a layer of wrinkle coat real quick. Everything's good enough. I mean, this is not a show car. We all know that. I just want it to look good, so it doesn't have to be taped off perfectly. We're gonna paint it, let it cure for a few minutes, bring it inside, put it in the oven, bake it for a little bit as the can says, and go from there. But so far, it's looking pretty good. The frame is curing pretty well, as I'm sure you guys can see. But I'll probably hit this with another coat before I go inside, just so that it can cure overnight. But we're making some progress today. I like what I see right now, so gonna continue working and go from there. Well, all right. I think that's going to do it for right now. We have the valve covers painted. Going to bring those inside and put those in the oven, let them cure for a little while. Frame painted. Going to let that sit for a little while. Gonna wait for my heads to come in now, I guess, and get those bolted on when they show up. Gonna let the valve covers cure, clean those up probably, and see how they look. Come back out, probably do a little bit of work on the intercooler, but got to get those into the oven before they cure, so that way I can get the wrinkle coat finish to actually look the way that it's supposed to. So I'm gonna get working on that. I'm gonna bring that inside, but I appreciate you all tuning in. I definitely feel like we've made some progress today, so I will see you guys all on the next one. Let me know what you're looking forward to. Obviously, as I was saying earlier, we do have those nice ported heads coming in, so that is definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Going to be making some more power with those, the ARP head bolts. So definitely have some good stuff coming in the future. Let me know what you're looking forward to the most, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.